Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So today we will see how to handle this radio button and this checkbox. Okay, so for that let me go to the VS Code. Okay, so I will just copy this one. I will tell it like handle radio button. Okay, and similarly we will create another test to handle checkbox. Okay. Okay, so for the radio button, let us come here and you can see what is a radio button. So radio button is nothing but you can only select the button, you cannot deselect. Okay, so basically that means if I am clicking on this one, that means I am selecting this button. Okay, if I am selecting again, so basically you cannot deselect the radio button. So when you will click some other radio buttons, then it will be deselected. Okay, so this is the radio button, and we have seen, if you remember from our XPath, so basically the radio button XPath will be input type equal to radio. Okay, and let us see. Input type equal to radio. Okay, and let me create a XPath for this one. Command F. Input. I will say post type equal to radio. And if you come here, there is another value attribute. Okay, and the value is male. So if you want to append another attribute here, so you can write like this, value equal to male. Okay, and you can see 1 of 1 is selected. So let me copy this one and I will create a control for this one. I will select a male radio button. Okay, I'll say page dot locator and I will give the XPath here. Okay, and if I want to select this radio button, so what I can do, await male radio button dot click. Okay, let us see if it is working or not. I will put a debug point here and I will start the debugging. Yeah, so if you come here, you can see it has clicked on this male radio button. Okay, okay, then I will continue. So if like I want to know, like this is one way like how you can select one radio button. There is another method is also available. Let me show you. Await male radio button dot check. Okay, so let me first I will comment it out. Let us see what this function is doing. Okay, I will first debug. You can see it has selected this radio button. Okay, so basically you can perform the actions on the radio button through two methods. One is click. If you click on the radio button, it will select that radio button, and if you will also check, if you will use this check function, what it will do, it will enable or it will select that radio button. Okay, let us see. Like suppose I want to I want to do this activity. So first I will come to this page and then first I will check, I will see if male if mail radio button is not selected, then you click on this mail radio button. If it is already selected, then you click on the female radio button. Okay, let us see. So before clicking on anything, first I need to check whether this mail radio button is selected or not. Okay, now let me first check whether the radio button is already selected or not. So what I will do, I will is checked is, I will create a variable is mail radio button checked. Okay, so what I will do, I will use this control dot is checked. Okay, and let me print in the console.log. I will say mail radio button state. Okay, and I will say whatever the value I am getting is mail radio button checked. Okay, so now I will check if this radio button is already checked, then you click on the female radio button. If it is not selected, then you select this male radio button. Okay, so then I will use one if loop. If is male radio button checked. Okay, it means I will select, I will create another locator. I will call it as female, and what is the XPath for this one? L equal to female. Okay, I'll come back here, paste here. Okay, and then I have to select on this locator. Okay, so what I will do, await female radio button dot check. Okay, so else, because I am checking if this is true. If this male radio button is already checked, then you click on this female radio button. Else you click on this male radio button. Okay, let me print this one as well. Okay, that is enough. Let me debug this one. Okay, I have to comment this one as well because we are handling here. So let me debug this one. Okay, if I will come here, you can see it selected the male. Okay, and if I'll continue and let us see the log, what it printed. Okay, I have ran this test case and sorry, I triggered the run button. Okay, so if you'll see here, okay, if you'll see here, first the male radio button came as false. Then it is clicking on this male radio button. Okay, and let us see if I will click on the same radio button 2 times. Let us see what is happening. Okay, so you can see here it's clicked on this 2 times, this male radio button, but since the state is not getting changed. Okay, Okay, so that's like we have seen how to click on the radio button, okay, using click method as well as the check function. And this, like how we are reading the state of the radio button, whether it is selected or not, we are using this checked function. If the radio button is already selected, it will give you true. If the radio button is not selected, it will give you false. Okay, so this is the radio button, and let us see how to handle the checkbox in the same way. Okay, so I will come here, I will inspect it. So the input is type equal to checkbox, id equal to checkbox1. Checkbox and id equal to checkbox1. Okay, and this is the cricket checkbox. Let me construct the locator. Cricket checkbox equal to page.locator, and I will give the XPath. Okay, so now let us see whether this checkbox is already selected or not. Okay, let me create one variable is cricket selected. Okay, I will use this locator. Await cricket checkbox is checked. Okay, and then what I will do, I will click on this checkbox. Await cricket checkbox dot click. Okay, and then we will again see the checkbox state. It means once I have checked, it means it should come as true. That means what I'm trying to say, once I clicked on this button, then if I will read this, whether the cricket checkbox is checked or not, I am reading this attribute. Okay, is checked or not. So basically I will print something in the log, console log. I can say like something like this: before clicking on cricket, and I will use this variable is cricket selected. Okay, and similarly once I have selected it, then I will say after clicking on checkbox is cricket selected. Okay, let us run this one. You can see it selected the checkbox, and if you will go to the log, you can see here before clicking on the cricket checkbox is false, and after clicking on the cricket checkbox is true. Okay, so basically what we have done, we have first check, we just uh, uh, check like whether this checkbox is selected or not, and then we are clicking on this checkbox, and then we are again checking whether this checkbox is selected or not. Okay, so basically for clicking on the checkbox we have used click up function, and to check, if I will compare the checkbox and this radio button, you can see here we can use the same function. Okay, the same function we have used both for radio button as well as checkbox. Okay, now let us see. Now we have seen clicking on using the click method. Now we will see using the check function whether I am able to select the checkbox or not. Check. Okay, let us see. I will debug this one, and I will put a debug point here. So if we'll come here, you can see it's selected. It clicked on this cricket checkbox. Now we have selected the checkbox using either click method or check function. Now we will see how to deselect the checkbox. Okay, if I will click on this checkbox, if I will show you, it is deselecting. Okay, so either I can use the click function to deselect the checkbox. Okay, so let me copy this one and I will perform the click operation. Let us see if it is happening or not. Okay, so now you can see it has actually selected once and then again deselected the checkbox. Okay, let us use the check function. I will comment this one and I will use cricket checkbox dot check. Okay, let us see what is happening. Okay, let us see. You can see the checkbox actually is not is selected. It should be deselected. Okay, so what it means? So basically, check function will only be used in those cases to select the checkbox. Okay, if you want to deselect the checkbox, this check function will not work. Okay, what this function generally does, ensure that the checkbox or the radio element is checked. So it is not saying to deselect the checkbox. Okay, it will only make sure that the checkbox is selected. If the checkbox is already selected, it will just skip. It will not do anything. Okay, so to deselect the checkbox, we have seen like click function will be used. There is another method which can be used that is called uncheck. Let us debug. Okay, you can see it has deselected the checkbox. Okay, so now we have seen this function for uh, deselecting the checkbox. Let us use this function for the radio button. Okay, so here I will select uncheck. Let us see what will happen. Okay, so basically it is saying it gave you an error. Locator uncheck, clicking the checkbox did not change its state. So basically what it is saying, it has clicked on this radio button. Okay, and again whenever it is using the uncheck function, it is verifying the state of this button should be changed. Whereas we already know if you will change the radio button state, if you want to change the radio button state, it will not be changed unless you click on some other elements, other radio buttons. Okay, that is the reason why we are getting this error. Okay, so what we have seen till now, uncheck, the uncheck function, it's not recommended to use the uncheck function for radio button. Okay, so for the radio button, either we can use check function or click function, whereas for the checkboxes we can use different functions like check function, click function and uncheck function. Okay, this we can use for the checkbox. Let us see another function which is available for the checkbox. I will say suppose, so here we are deselecting the checkbox. What I will do here, await cricket checkbox dot set check. Okay, so here we have to tell like what function you have to do, like whether you want to select the checkbox or deselect the checkbox. If you want to, like the first argument, it will take as boolean. Okay, so if I will keep as true, So what it will do, it will make sure to set the checkbox to true. If I want to make it deselected, I have to pass another argument which is called false. Okay, let us see whether it is working or not. I will put some another debug point here and I'll start the debugging. Okay, so now it is here. So basically now it will go to set the checkbox. Okay, I will press this button. Let us see. Now it has selected this checkbox. Now I'll press again. Let us see. Now I have deselected the checkbox. Okay, so basically for the radio button, let us summarize what we have done now. So for the radio button, you see click function is working and check function is working. Okay, whereas for the checkbox, click function is working, then check function is working, then uncheck function is working, set checked function. These are the different methods which we can use for the checkbox, and these are the different methods which we can use for the radio button. Okay, so I think that's all for today. If you have liked the video, please do like and subscribe. Thank you.